Hey you, I'm back. Today we're going to be doing another flip through of one of my bullet journals. I am currently in bullet journal number 12. Today we are doing a flip through of bullet journal number 3. I will also attach the videos for the first and second bullet journal flip throughs. I hope that you enjoy this one. I'm probably not going to be talking through all of my bullet journals, but I am going to try and have a mix of chatty, what I'm going to call walkthrough bullet journal videos, and quiet with music in the background, no commentary or minimal commentary bullet journal flip throughs. So today, let's do our first bullet journal walkthrough. All right, so as I said, this is journal number 3, and it looks like I started in October 2016, which is still within the first year of me learning about the bullet journal system and adopting it, and it goes into January 2017, and that's why we have 2 focus words of the year. All right, so the first thing that I noticed that is already different in bullet journal 3 compared to 1 and 2 is that for some reason I decided that I was not going to index anything. I'm actually quite surprised by this because I really do believe in the index system and I use it for every journal that I can remember, but I obviously forgot about this one. All right, so we've got our very first cover page being the word of the year, persist. And this is me trying a different version of future logs. And I can already tell here that my hand lettering is improving just by the way that my script flows better. Sometimes when you're practicing lettering, it takes a while for you to feel like, is this going anywhere? But if you just keep doing it every single day, I promise you're going to be just like me. You're going to look back and you're going to see some improvement. How much improvement really is determined by you, but yeah, you'll definitely see improvement. I used to use this Symptom Tracker as one of my base monthly setups. These are spreads that I would be carrying over every single month. So when the kids were smaller, they're getting germs from everywhere, and I feel like we were constantly having to tell the pediatrician when did a symptom start. And so I started creating these symptom trackers, and I would just leave it blank and only write the symptoms as they appeared. So the first sign of a sore throat, that'll be the first symptom tracker that I would write for tracking. And then 3 days later, they got a fever, then I write down fever and I start tracking that. So this column would always be empty until a symptom started, because you can't predict what they're gonna get. You can just only track what they end up getting. Now that they're older, I don't set it up as like a monthly tracker. I only create a 1-page spread whenever they show symptoms, and then I'll just have it for that month or that week. This is really helpful. Level 10 life, this is probably my second level 10 life at that point, and this was one of my favorites at the time, and I think like somebody shared this a lot on Pinterest. I was really surprised to be scrolling Pinterest and find one of my spreads there. That's a fun time. But yeah, if you want to know more about level 10 life, there are lots of people that have filmed videos about it. I learned about it from Boho Berry. So if you just look up her channel, I'm sure there's a great video to explain that to you. Me trying to track spending, and it looks like I covered up some mistakes here, or maybe a spread that I didn't like, by using some scrapbook paper and adding a quote, something that I still do to this day. And I feel like I can remember that when I created these spreads, I was really proud of the fact that I was drawing more. I had already started to kind of like evolve into more of like an illustrated planner. So this is one of like my favorite setups at that time. I think the main difference I notice here is that I used to track so many things. Like I would track all the things, and I still track a lot. But as you can see here, like I have, looks like my moods are up here, and then some self-care, and then some habits, which I still think these are great. I just more so separate them now. So there's like, it feels like I'm prioritizing it better than just having it all in one. But yeah, when you look at it, it looks like a lot of things, but really it's different departments. Meal tracker. The funny thing about that is that I don't cook as much as I used to back in the day when the kids were smaller, because we like what we like, and sometimes I just cook a bunch at the same time and then we just have food for like the next 4 days. So I don't do meal trackers anymore. I was interested in tracking my sleep at the time because I wanted to know how many times I was waking up. So this is like the amount that I was like trying to sleep, and then these are the amount of times that I woke up, I believe, the dots. Now that the kids are bigger, I don't track sleep because it's pretty predictable. You know, I go to sleep at 11, I wake up at 7. Yeah, so there's nothing really to track there. Some people still like to track sleep, and you know, I don't judge what anybody tracks, to be honest, because I think everything is useful to the individual, and that's the only one that it should matter to. So if tracking your sleep, even if there are no major variations, but if that means something to you, then you should definitely track it. And I guess I was doing a different version of a gratitude log here, which had like some hand lettering, just like one thing a day. I kind of like that. I might have to go back to that. That's nice. This is another idea that I actually never committed to. I still think it's a great idea. I just never committed to doing it, where I just created a spread that kind of looked like the front page of a newspaper, and then was meant to be adding like, you know, a story, you know, of something that happened that month. So all of these spots were for like different stories, different top stories. It's funny how I put all of that before I even reach my October monthly. That must have been a mistake, because typically the way that I do it now is I have, where's this cover page? I have the cover page, then I do the monthly, goes here, and then after that comes the habit tracker, then the gratitude. So it's kind of funny to see how the order that I did it was not even the same as it is now. This is me writing. I'm pretty sure this is a Papermate Flare, and I wasn't really afraid to use color at the time. Now I like more of a clean setup, at least initially, and then the color be like the secondary thing that I add. I can't tell you the last time that I did the spread in color like this, but it's cool though. It's nice, and my lettering, again, I see that it's improving. This was a monthly challenge. That this is when this trend had just started, where rather than putting the illustrations in boxes, people were creating like an entire spread about it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still proud of this. And this is in 2016, when I was really just starting to like challenge myself. Now I will say that none of these illustrations came straight out of my brain. You best believe I went to Pinterest and Googled how to draw an owl easy, and then drew that. And then I Googled how to draw a tree easy, and then I drew that. How to draw a scarecrow. Literally for everything in this page, I can almost guarantee you that I found help on Pinterest. You cannot beat it. And if you're afraid to draw things and you think you can't do it, do that. Go into the search bar and type whatever thing you would like to have the easy version of, and try it. Anyway, moving on. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Just another weekly spread. Again, we're using more color than I use now, but I always love these little memo pad illustrations. I gotta come back to that. Those are just so cute. Oh, the first time my daughter had to sell Affy Taffy apples. It looks like I'm trying out different versions of weekly spreads. I think this is the first time that I went horizontal. No, it wasn't. I think I went horizontal the first time in journal number 2. This is vertical. Duh, this is horizontal. Any of my spreads that were vertical spreads were the most popular at the time. Back when the algorithm cared about small accounts, those spreads were very popular. I guess this is all like a bunch of fun stuff that we did in October. That's cute. So now I'm hand lettering just using, I just realized that I'm hand lettering just using a Tombow dual brush. That's a major improvement. Hold on. Hear me out. Let's go back. Look at that. Hand lettering with a Papermate Flare, and now we're doing Tombow. So I must have done the practice that I had clearly done in the last pages of journal number 2 obviously was paying off, because look at me here. This is a fun way to do a gratitude, starting from here and just going around and around, and then like kind of coloring. I'm into this. I'd like to go back to that. Yeah, I don't know where I was going. Some kind of word search gratitude. I like line work. Look how cool this one is, and this one, and this one. I love this kind of stuff. And before I started, oh, look at that one. Before I started drawing and painting again, this is how I would doodle, by just making different kinds of lines intersecting and see what they look like when you do something different on one side. Yeah, we're gonna have to play around with this again. That's so cool. I've been asked about my quotes, and I will say that there are a lot of quotes that I take from Pinterest, and every once in a while, if there's a name or something, I'll write it on the bottom. But so this seems to me like something that I found on Pinterest. But a lot of times I also just write like one thought that's just like in my head. Lettering with positivity. Looks like I've never finished it. Oh, how a family gets ready to go out. So this is cool. I guess this was me kind of journaling about what it's like trying to get out of the house with 2 small children. That's hilarious. I think one of the things that I like the most about my version of bullet journaling is that it's not just a planner of things to do, it's also a memory keeper, and I'm enjoying it. So imagine how much more I will enjoy it, you know, when I'm in my 60s or something, or when my kids look at these journals. Like, what will they learn about me? So it's really fun to kind of to look back and be able to see that. So that's why I think I'm can't imagine a day where I will not be journaling along with planning in the same book. It's all just part of your life. I guess this is somebody's speech. Oh, Hillary Clinton's speech. I really like the way that I did this. I'm not gonna lie. I love that it's upside down, so it's like, I don't know. I like it a lot. Don't know what this is about, but I like it. Well, as you can see, I still got plenty of practice in, and it does pay off. I remember being particularly excited about sharing this one because I thought the turkey and the pie were so cute. I remember this spread, and I remember thinking that this spread was brilliant. It is so cute. Yes, I copied it from Pinterest. I also liked because since it was only, I guess, three days were left to the month, I guess I didn't want to like devote like a whole thing to just have 3 days. And it's kind of more in line with how I plan now, which is to have the week in one page and then maybe have an illustration or a quote or something in the other page. There are so many options of ways that you can do your planning, guys. Just a quote, a little mandala. These Christmas spreads that year were very popular on my Instagram. More practice. lettering. So as you can see, I did quite a bit of that. These were good spreads. This was a good year for illustrating my monthly. Look how nice. Ooh, I forgot about that. Well, people do this. I still see people that have their habit trackers like this. I don't particularly like it like that, but it's fun to see it just like something new. Look at how much I was cooking, guys. Yikes. Nobody remind my husband. This is a fun gratitude. Another doodle challenge. Another cool weekly. This is cool. I remember this was really popular too. My little kind of like Charlie Brown inspired tree. I do not like using stickers in my planner. I don't know what my problem is, but there have been a couple of stickers that have like somehow smuggled their way through into my pages. They just never feel right to me. Like this girl bothers me so much. This bothers me a lot. We're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna move on, but it's not my jam. I guess I just don't like the way it feels on the page. I don't know. Oh, this is cool. This kind of would be maybe like the prequel to my reverse to-do list. That's what I call it now. Where I just give myself credit for all the things that I did, because every once in a while you're on autopilot, you're not writing things down, but you are getting a lot done. And the worst feeling for me is the thought of having done so many things and gotten no credit for it. I need to write it down. I need the credit. So this is funny though. And especially as parents and as a full-time parent, you know, no one's giving you a monthly or an annual review. There's no pay raise. There's no 3% or whatever percent pay raise you get for doing your job. So you have to give yourself credit where you can. So far, this is my favorite vertical spread. How cute is that? And it's nice and clean and compartmentalized. I kind of like this where I put some weekly habits within the weekly. What is this? I guess these are like some meal ideas. And that's cool, because you never know what to cook, and you have a spread of like ideas of like what you could cook. The 5-Minute Moms Club. This is a cool book, and I still revisit this book from time to time, so I guess these are some notes. Love this spread. Look at that tree, how cute it is. I don't know, maybe this Christmas I need to recreate these spreads again. I was talking to my friend Anna about that, about, you know, going back into our pages, looking at spreads that we liked, and why not reinvent them and see if we still like them. Shut Up and Smackdown Sunday. Okay. Oh, this looks like another reverse to-do list. That's so funny. New Year's. I guess this would be the one time. Oh, I thought this was a sticker. Oh, hey now. I was gonna say, I guess this would be the one time that I don't mind a sticker, but it's actually my own handwriting. Stop. I'm gonna go back to lettering with paper mate flares. Looks like me revisiting level 10 and maybe redoing my goals. And sometimes it's nice to refresh the spread, especially if a few months have passed by, to kind of reinvigorate like the desire to like do the thing that you're putting down as a goal. And here goes 2017. And I think that either I had lettered this and made a mistake. Can I see it? Oh, it was a different word. I can't read it backwards. Oh, it says push. But push is a good word though. Maybe push should be my word now. I'm still struggling with my word of the year for 2022, believe it or not. Push, huh? Okay, 2017 helping me out. Okay. So here's January. Oh, I like this. This is giving me very much Elsa Frozen. I bet you it was around that time. Look at me cooking. I cannot. All the cooking. This is cute. I think that was probably the first time I ever drew a snow globe. Oh no, not the time tracker. Another spending, I guess it's just a different variation of a spending log. But this time tracker, my God, so busy. And that's probably why I stopped doing it. There are certain things that I don't think we should care so much about what it looks like. But also, sometimes if I look at something and it's not giving me joy, then I can't keep coming back to it. And I think I kind of lost my mojo when I lost interest in like whatever was happening with the colors here. Had I chosen like maybe a color aesthetic, I might have been okay with it. Also, I think if it were really that important to me, I would have kept going no matter what, because it was the information that I wanted to get. But it clearly was neither super important to me to track my time, nor did I have any interest in it because it was visually noisy. I have never successfully completed a single Rock Your Handwriting challenge, but it is a fun challenge and there is lots of inspiration from people there. So this is me trying to do 2 challenges within 1 month. Yeah, around this time was when I was trying to do the most. And it can be very tempting to participate in all of the monthly challenges. There are so many really cool ones. But if I would say anything as a word of advice to someone interested in participating in challenges, just do one at a time. You know, do one this month and next month try a different one, versus trying to try different ones all at the same time. Trying to try. That sounds so weird, but we're gonna keep that in there. See? Doodle with us in January. Yeah, we didn't do that. We did not do that. And why? Because when you think that you have, 2 prompts lists to follow, it gets overwhelming. Look at my 3 kings. How cute are they? Oh, this is me trying to motivate myself to exercise and become fit and lean. These days, I'm just trying to be healthy and happy. Those are the goals. Part of being healthy is fitness. I think lean can possibly come with it, but like my focus is health. So maybe that's why that didn't work. What's this? A bit of a brainless dump. If you've known me for a while from my social media, then you know that I don't like brain dump, because the word dump is just such an ugly word. But this is a fun thing that I did, and I love like the different kind of lettering that I put in here. Fun times. Thoughts and jots. I don't know. There's lots of collections in this one so far. I love collections. I could probably do an entire video about collections. Looks like I've got some spare pages. No, maybe not. Maybe I just skipped a couple of pages. One more spread. Ooh, I love when I remember to do stuff like this with like to vary the heights. We gotta do another video. We gotta do a video about different ways of lettering that are easy, because height variation in letters and shape variation are probably the easiest things that you could do to create interest on your pages without having to have any special skill. I also like the way that I did this January. Look at that. Look at those shades. I can't. I like dandelions a lot. I think you probably will see dandelions in a few of my journals. This is kind of like, I thought it would be cool to do a mandala, but not in a circle. Well, that's cool. Ideal week and ideal day. I'm always revisiting this and coming back to this, and I guess everything in life is phases and things change, people grow, some things become less important, some things become more important, so your ideal day or week is always going to be different depending on when you're looking at it. So I always come back to these, and I've redone these often, but I like this little sloppy color thing. Oh, this is a fun tracker. What was this? Is this water? Oh, this is a multi-tracker. Sleep, chores, me time, and kids. Interesting. I made that up myself. How about that? Yeah, that's it for this spread. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, Don't forget to like this video, and if you haven't already subscribed, I hope you'll consider doing so. I will see you next time, guys. Bye. This thing still slaps. Is that what the kids say? Is that how they say it? I don't know. But I'm still proud of this.